What's happening, y'all? Rich Sosa coming back at you with another video today. And before we get started, I gotta say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the thumbnail, video, and screen, today I'm bringing y'all a very special guard build today. Now this one, as you can see, going to be called the 2-way 3-level combo guard. Now this is probably one of my favorite names and rare builds that I brought to y'all this year. And as far as for this one today, man, I'm telling you, we're going to be able to do a lot out of that mid-range and also have a 99 plus when it comes towards that area and the perimeter defense. Now on top of that, you will be able to get the pro dribble animations on this build, and I really think that this is going to be one of more competitive builds when it comes to Season 1 in NBA 2K25. So I just want to say thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all support in the comments. And if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you know. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Now from here, man, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build. So I've probably made about 8 to 10 builds so far in NBA 2K25, not including the rare builds that I just searched for. I've created at least, really 10 good builds that you can use in NBA 2K25, and this is going to go in that list. So coming up with this one today, man, I'm telling y'all, you can make any type of changes, adjustments as you go about it throughout the way. But I think with the way that I'm dropping it today, man, this is going to be the absolute best way that you can go about this build making. So let's go with the shooting guard position. Once it comes towards that height, I'm going to go with 6'7". And then for that actual weight, man, let's go ahead and put this to 235. Now, once you get into that wingspan, drop it one tick down to 6'10". And from here, man, we're all set to move forward on this build. Now the first area that I want to upgrade when it comes towards this build is going to be the physicals. I think that's going to be the most important to show us which badges that we unlock as we upgrade the main attributes. So for that speed, let's go ahead and put this up to a 75. Once we get into that agility, I'm going to go with an 80. For that strength, I'm going to put this up to a 67. And then for the actual vertical, let's go with a 45 now. This is what we're going to be looking like for this side of the ball, but let's go ahead and dive into the shooting. So for that mid-range shot, you want to go ahead and put this up to a 92. Once we get to the three-pointer, I'm going to go with an 83. And then for the actual free throw, bro, I'm going to leave this at a 67. Now, as you can see for these badges so far, 3 gold, you get Deadeye, Set Shot Specialist, and Shifty Shooter. Now, I think this is a real complete build offensively. Like, you can do a little bit of everything, and you're going to see that as we get into the finishing. So let's go with the close shot of an 87. Once we get into that driving layup, this is going to be a real special build. So I'm actually not going to upgrade anything from the driving dunk. I'm going to go with an 80 driving layup, but you're going to see just how overpowered we are when it comes towards the actual defense, bro. So for that post control, I'm going to go up to an 87 here. And then for the rest of the build, this is pretty much what we're going to look like on this side of the ball. Let's go with the 45 standing dunk, so that way we actually unlock some extra upgraded standing dunk packages. And for this build, man, I'm telling y'all, like, with this kind of rare build name, you can make so many changes to it and possibly get the same build name. So that's one thing that I really did enjoy about it. Now when it comes towards the pass accuracy, let's go with an 87. And then for the ball handle, you make sure you want to go with an 86. And then for the speed with ball, I'm going to go up to a 68. And we get pretty much the main badges that are going to be needed to not only dribble, but you can potentially be the main point guard as a shooting guard on realistically any team. So once we get into the actual defensive end, let's go with the 50 when it comes towards the interior. For that perimeter end, I'm going to go with a 92. And then for the rest, as for the steal, I'm going to go with a 65 now, or actually go with an 85. Now you have 2 different options to go with right here. If you want to upgrade more on the perimeter end, the steal or the block, you can definitely choose to do so. But for this kind of build, man, I think it's going to be a little bit better to upgrade the defensive rebound just to be a more of a threat down low. So with that, I'm going to go with the 60. And like I said, man, there's different areas that you can, change around potentially. So for the last attribute, you can put it towards the offensive side. And for these badges, man, we get bronze rebound chaser. On top of that, when it comes towards that steal, you get silver glove, interceptor once again, challenger on the gold tier, off-ball menace, pick dodger, Hall of Fame off-ball pass. Like, this is a really nice 2-way build to take into the threes, especially if you're looking to be more of an outside shooter and an outside player. I didn't upgrade the driving dunk because I wanted this to be, primarily more so the shooter on the team. Like, this can low-key be considered, somewhat of a Klay Thompson build. And, I really like the fact that we do have that high mid-range shot, the three-pointer. You can adjust the wingspan if you want to potentially, you know, get a higher tier of limitless range, maybe on the silver tier. But as far as for the way that the build is looking, man, I think, you know, we're going to shape out to be pretty good considering how passing lane steals are, bro. Gold interceptor is going to be more than enough, and you know that's going to be really effective in realistically any game mode, but especially the 5s. Now remember, we're 6'7", bro, so you're probably going to be one of the more taller players out there other than centers and power forwards. I know a lot of people are going with like the 6'6" to 6'8" range for, you know, players that are not big man. So I think this is going to be a really complete build to really be in any situation, any game mode, and find a lot of success out of. Now when it comes towards the actual badges that we did unlock, bro, I mean, look at the number. At least, you know, 20, maybe even more. But some of the ones that do catch my eye, you know, we get Lost Art. Midi Maestro is going to be super overpowered on this build, man. Now, we also get other ones for the defensive end, like Pest, you know, Spot Up Shooter for the 3-pointer to raise this potentially to a 93 plus. You also get 3-and-D, so that's 2 areas that you can upgrade, potentially getting a 99 perimeter defense on this build. You know, the Claw, man, I think this is going to be the most exciting takeover to use on this build because we have an 85 steal, but with this upgraded at the max tier, you're going to have a 100, bro. So considering that, if you also activate, you know, the mid-season, you know, the bad tier upgrade to Glove, that's going to be a really nice tier to activate that towards, bro. So on top of that, you know, we also get Soft Touch, Post Conductor. This build is also part post scorer, and it's really a 2-way, you know, all around guard build, bro. And you know, we also get takeovers like Make It Rain, Fundamentals, Clinic, Feathery Touch. So let me know what you think of this build down below. Is there any type of changes, adjustments that you would possibly make? However, I think as far as when it comes towards the badges that we did unlock, man, like everything hits the minimum threshold, as you can see, from either taking away from certain areas or, you know, you're losing out on a badge, which that's something that I realistically wouldn't want to go with. Now, you can make any type of changes to your own personal playstyle and preference. If you want to get a max driving dunk, bro, go ahead and do so, but this is the way that I decided to create the build, just to be a little bit more unique. So let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correctly. We get Steve Smith as a comparison, Devin Vassell and Deontay Murray, and together, man, we have created one of the most rare shooting guards, the 2-way 3-level combo guard. Let me know what y'all think of this build down below, and you know, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. And I would consider this to be one of the more rare, you know, shooting guard builds out there. Let me know what kind of builds have you made so far in NBA 2K25. I would consider this to be one of the top 10 best rare build names out there, bro. A 2-way 3-level combo guard, like that is a complete, you know, ISO build that can do a little bit of everything. And what's best about it is that if you make this build, bro, your opponent's not going to know what you can do. So, you know, once again, God bless every single one of you. Shout out to the Rich family. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, I just got to say thank the Lord above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. And Rich out.